there was a rich man, and he and his son loved to collect art. They would spend hours talking about it. They went and purchased things for their collection, and they had some of the great works by great artists. Picasso, they had Da Vinci in this huge collection. Well, when the Vietnam War broke out, the son was called away to the military. And shortly after he left and arrived in Vietnam, he was killed on the battlefield. When his father got the letter, he was devastated and was beyond consolation. Well, shortly after the young man died, it was getting near Christmas, and there was a knock at the door. And when the man answered the door, there was a young man. And he said, "You don't know me, but I knew your son very well. In fact, he died saving my life that day on the battlefield. I was wounded, and he was carrying me off when he was shot in the heart and died. In fact, your son saved many people that day, and he was very special." Now, the man had a package in his arm, and he said to the father, "I have something I think your son would like you to have. I'm an amateur artist, and I did this picture, and it's not necessarily a good picture, but I want to give it to you." So the father took it and unwrapped it, and there was a portrait of his son. And there was something about it. And when the old man looked into the eyes in the portrait, it was like this young soldier had just captured the very essence of his son. And when he looked into the eyes in the portrait, the old man's eyes filled with tears. And he said, "Oh, let me pay you for this." And the soldier said, No. It doesn't really have that much value for me. I just want you to have it as a gift." So the man took the picture, and he took it into the main room and set it up on the mantle on the fireplace. And after that, every time somebody came to visit, to see things in his collection, he would always start by going into the main room and showing them the picture of the son, because it was so overwhelming. Well, it wasn't too long after the man died, and it was announced that there was going to be a big auction, and people could come and bid on paintings. Well, people came from all over. This was an incredible collection, and people came because they wanted an opportunity to buy one of these paintings for their own collection. So the day of the auction, the auctioneer got up, and everyone was gathered, and he walked over and he took the cover off the first picture. The first picture was the picture of the son. People were somewhat taken aback. And he said, "This will be the first picture that we're going to auction today." Somebody in the back said, "Well, we have any interest in that. We'd like to see the good pictures. We want to see the Van Goghs. We want to see something with value." The auctioneer ignored him and went on. He said, "Do I have someone who would like to start the bidding? $100. Will someone bid $100? No response. Somebody in the back said, "Oh, for goodness sakes, pass by that and let's get on with the real auction." The auctioneer said, "You, sir, would you start with $100? How about you, ma'am? $100 to start the bidding." Finally, an old gentleman from the back stepped forward, and he said, "I used to be the gardener on the estate, and the man and his son were very kind to me. I would like to have the picture, but I don't have much money. I can give $10. "Great," said the auctioneer. "There we go, $10. Now we have a bid of $10. Who would raise that to more?" Well, the crowd was getting restless, and somebody yelled, "Just let him have the picture, and let's move on." So the auctioneer said, $10 going once, gentleman in the back for $10. With that, the auctioneer walked over and he put his gavel in. And people said, all right. And the auctioneer said, that, ladies and gentlemen, completes our auction for the day. What? What do you mean? I thought you were going to auction off the pictures. The auctioneer said, when I was hired to do this auction, I received an envelope, and it had special instructions that came in the will. And I was not allowed to reveal those until the day of the auction, when the painting was sold. The man's will stipulates, whoever buys the son inherits the entire estate, paintings and all. 2,000 years ago, God sent his son, and he sent him to die on a cruel and humiliating cross. But the message is same today as it was 2,000 years ago. The one who takes the son inherits everything.